What's up, guys, and welcome to the Forgotten City. So I know next to nothing about this game, so I thought I'd check this out and start to play through this. I know it involves talking to a couple of the characters, and sort of back in time and stuff, and then has multiple endings, which, you know, I of course love, and very story-based, so let's go check it out. Right, we'll do new game, everything seems to be good. It's a mystery adventure with multiple endings, rewards thoughtful conversation and exploration, not brute force. City is in your hands. Present day.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
Okay. I'll just type in my name.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
Searching for ancient ruins, archaeologists, years of studying history give you occasional insights into the ancient world. I was on a covert mission. Soldier, you have a military issued firearm, but only 10 bullets. You'll have to use them judiciously, since there's no way to get more. Fugitive, I was on the run from the law. Your time on the run from authorities has made you quick on your feet, and you're 25% faster. Interesting. So, your recent head trauma has increased your pain threshold, making you 50% harder to take down. I would say archaeologist, I kind of like that, so we'll go with that.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped, or injured, or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him? If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Sure, can I ask a few questions first?
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. I just... What do you want to know?
Where are we?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
Alright, what's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean? Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
I'd really like to know you, though.
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
All those Karen memes have really ruined that name, huh? Well, thanks for saving my life, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Always happy to help. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Who's Al?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did.
Interesting.
I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
What can you tell me about the ruins?
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
Have you tried calling for help?
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
Okay.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
Sure.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
What? Oh, flashlight? Ooh, flashy light. Alright, we'll take it. Alright, this is the game. Alright, use the flashlight. Don't really need it right now. Alright, yeah, this game, I haven't played this game in a bit. I just want to motion blur off. I don't like motion blur off. Yeah, this, rusted metal torch, which must have been lit by Al. Going the right way. Alright, so... yeah, I haven't played this game for a very long time. I only played, you know, the intro. But I know it has to do with, going back in time. I know that much, that's really all I know. Hold L to sprint. Ooh, interesting. But, yeah, this, I don't know if these are the same creators as the ones who build that Skyrim mod, because the Skyrim mod, basically you were in the underground city, and it did have to do with going back in time as well. But, yeah, ooh, very cool. Al's
If
notes.
you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
Oh, 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 oh. Alright. Well, I found the entrance. Interesting. This place is really cool. I have been to Europe before. I've been to Rome specifically. I've been places in Italy, and never to a place like this, to ruins such as this. But would be pretty cool. Say that. What does that say? Always remember they're watching. And oh, that's cool. I have the archaeologist insight. So it was worth it to pick that. Are those statues? Interesting. And they're not, the statues are different because they're, usually we see statues, they're like deteriorated over time. But these statues, it's like they've almost been frozen. Who am I? I don't know. Nobody. Just a simple archaeologist, if you will. Yeah, because these people look like they've been frozen in time. Actually, it's a good thing for an archaeologist to go back in time, if anyone, because, they would understand said language. So it looks like some very bad disaster took place, and so they, all these people were here. Maybe Al is back in time with all these Romans? Maybe? I don't know. Who is that? What does that say? The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. The sins of the one. Interesting. Will we figure all this stuff out? That's my question. Roman gladiator, mid-stride. What could have made a gladiator flee? That's a good question. Yeah. Find out, probably. Hopefully. Flashlight back on, because I do need it. So I wonder if we'll be able to save everything, because we have... Oh my goodness. Yeah, something really bad happened here. Just make that save. It's telling me to save. Interesting. In a state of terror. Why are you looking? You're looking that way. Why? Why are you looking that way? Why? Interesting. Yeah, they all look frozen. Something's up there. Must say this is very impressive. Roman woman who appears to be praying for help that never came. Wow. Yeah, I've never seen ruins like this. Wait, where is Al?
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, she'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Well, I'm gonna see if there is a way to save it. Am I going the right way? Yeah. And I'm hearing these ominous whispers, you know. Roman man on his knees as if begging his gods for mercy. The remains of a human. Whoever it was died a long time ago. Interesting. So you see all these other ones are statues, you know, and obviously, well, Al is even a statue too. So they seem to be frozen in time. And then this one wasn't frozen in time. So it must have been like some sort of machine that did this. That's my guess right now. I really have no idea. It's a little wormhole. Roman relief depicting a great circular portal of two women. I wonder who it could be. Ooh, this is Trip.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Shrine of Proserpina?
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine?
Wait, are you speaking English?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you and what were you doing in that shrine?
Okay, well, I'm not going to lie, so I'm Nick. I've just come from the future. Yeah, that's right, the future.
No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, you know, not right in the head? That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome here.
Seriously, what's today's date?
We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March?
What year?
It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from, exactly?
Yeah, so a typical person would think that's before or after Christ, but you know, they probably wouldn't go off of that. So, my guess. So 65 current era?
CE? No idea what you're talking about. But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Your laws?
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, It's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Sure, lead the way.
Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
How?
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
Alright, lead the way.
Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10. Made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong.
This place has become a thoroughfare.
Sounds pretty horrific.
10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. He's up these stairs.
Right. I want to make sure that the volume is up. Let's put it on 90. It's a nice place though, and I sort of like that everything is in first person, you know? Like games like that. Can I see your stuff? This, to be fair, other than that there's no way out, this would be a nice place to live. I'll be fair.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Well, I'm Nick. Pleased to meet you.
A curious name, to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
It is beautiful.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Can't say I have.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
What counts as a sin here?
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Makes sense to me. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from. Well, I mean, I can see both sides. I just feel like if we break one of those laws or those customs, then that could lead to, you know, anyone dying or everyone dying. But let's say it.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric? Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
What about persecuting Christians?
You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that.
What about women having fewer rights than men?
Of course, but with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands.
Well, where I'm from, we consider those things abhorrent.
Well, right now, you're a long, long way from home. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
What did you mean when you said Persephone sent me?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
You're right, I'm from 2,000 years in the future.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us, of this city?
It's not good. Imagine, like, just having someone, you know, come to your, like, small town or small place and then just, like, come on up to you and say, like, hey, I'm from the future. And we're all, you know, you all got turned into statues. Yeah. It didn't look good, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times, but it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
How do I know you're not the responsible one?
What reason could you possibly have to suspect me, of all people? I'm glad you think so. Without trust, without each other, we won't be able to prevent what is about to happen.
Alright, how does the ritual work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In
Makes
this
sense.
case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
I did see human remains in the temple.
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
I'll do my best.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
If I do this, will you help me get back to my own time?
If I understand Prosperna's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
I think so. That's all the questions I had.
Good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the Golden Rule?
Sure.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
Alright, I'll get right on it. See what I can do. Oh, interesting. I'll get right on it. Alright, saving. Alright, so head over there. Alright, so we're gonna head right over there in the next episode. Catch y'all next time.